Welcome to a tutorial on how to hack a computer by resetting the BIOS password. A BIOS password is one thing some people do set, where it's the first thing when your computer starts up. It'll be a little box that'll pop up and say type in a password, and you'll need to type in a password to start booting up your computer, and I'll show you how to disable that.
I'm going to show you how to disable and reset the BIOS password. If someone sets a BIOS password they want to keep you out, I'm going to show you a safe way you can disable that password and easily get into the computer. So basically what it'll look like is when you first start on your computer, it should say something like enter password. It should be similar to that. If you see that, then this video will be helpful and I'll show you how to disable this password. The first thing you should do is look at the back of your computer, of the computer you want to disable the BIOS in, and here's the computer. And what you need to do is you need to disable all, you need to pull out the wires. Start with the power plug. The power plug is the first thing you should always take off and put on. So just take all this stuff off. Once you're done with all this, you need to move this to an area, a different area, a flat area, preferably not on the carpet. If you have a static wristband thing, and you can put that on right now, what you need to do is you need to remove the case. So just put it on its side and find wherever the screws are, and just after you finish unscrewing it, put the screws off to a side, and the screwdriver off to the side too, and make sure you put it somewhere you can find it later. So I'm just going to remove the case. And we should first touch your fingers to the side, and because what you want to do is you want to get rid of all the static. If you have any static, you don't want to touch the computer parts and ruin it. So what you need to do is you need to find the BIOS battery, which is right here. If you look in, it's this little round battery. Move some wires so you can see it. It's a little round battery right there. It's just flat and round. And what you need to do is you need to remove it very gently. And once you remove this, just leave it out for about 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes you can put it back in and you can boot up the computer. And once that's done, what this will do is it'll erase all the saved BIOS information. You won't lose any information except for what's in the BIOS. So for instance, if you tweaked out your computer, overclocked your RAM processor in the BIOS, and you might lose that. But you also reset the password so you can get access to the computer. And that's about it. Once you take that out, it should reset. And once you turn on the computer, then you may have an option saying, I'm not taking it out because I did some tweaking to the computer and I don't want to mess it up. But once you start up your computer, it should say something like you may have to reset an option. Different BIOSes will have different things, but just if it says do you want to reset, just hit OK and nothing will happen drastic, and you'll be able to gain access to that computer.